Well, it wasn't exactly a debate, but President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden did square off at a distance last night. They appeared at dueling town hall events after what would have been the second presidential debate was canceled. Now, for more, we bring in Republican strategist Jacquie Baly and Democratic strategist Dallas Jones. Good morning to you both. Now, the town hall with the president was contentious at times. At one point, the president was asked about his retweet of a conspiracy theory about the killing of Osama bin Laden. Let's listen. It appears that we are having, some audio problems, but can you give us your thoughts, Jacquie, on that particular soundbite that we really could not hear, but we gave the premise to it?
Sure. The president, his town hall meeting, of course, was much more contentious between him and his reporter than Biden's. And the president was given a lot of questions, including the one that you alluded to, that he has answered time and time again. They were trying to imply that the president was behind conspiracy theorists, and they even tried to say that the president was not denouncing certain groups, which is untrue. The president has repeatedly said that he is not a supporter of white supremacy, anti-American groups. He has even pronounced and created an executive order, something that his predecessors have not done, denouncing all of these groups, including the one that was included in this soundbite. But once again, the president, even though he has taken action to say, no, this is not the fact, people continue to ask him questions. And when we saw in Joe Biden's, he didn't really have any hard questions asked to him.
Dallas, your response?
Well, my response is that I think Joe Biden talked about what the American people wanted to hear. I think it was a great moment for him to actually field questions and listen. At the end of the day, the question was asked to the president about whether or not he would disavow this group. He didn't do it. What we heard was more pseudo conspiracy theories, more songs about what the American people don't want to hear. Look, we're dealing with everyday life. People are still being ravished by the coronavirus, which this president said we're turning the corner. No, we're not. 1,000 people are still dying a day from this virus. This is an important thing, and people wanted answers. I think it was a moment for both candidates to be able to speak to the heart of what people care about. And in this case, I think the president missed that moment.
Okay, now in the Joe Biden town hall, host George Stephanopoulos, he questioned that he had refused, a question that Joe Biden had refused to answer. Would he expand and pack the U.S. Supreme Court with more justices to dilute President Trump's selections? Let's listen. Well, it appears that we have some horrible gremlins this morning that are kind of not letting us hear what we are attempting to present to you. But Dallas, you're aware of this. Your response?
Well, I think the president, the vice president, again, wants to talk about the here and now and the moment. The idea of packing the Supreme Court is not anything that originated from him, or, it definitely is something that has been talked about in congressional Democratic circles, and the vice president is not in Congress. So I think he wants to focus on the most immediate thing for the American people, which is getting us out of the coronavirus, the restoration of our economy, putting people back to work, and protecting health care for those that need it, and making sure that this court and the nomination of this Supreme Court judge does not take away the Affordable Care Act for those people that need health care with pre-existing conditions. That's his focus. The rest of this are questions about much ado about nothing.
Jacquie?
Justice A.B. Coney Barrett is a wonderful jurist. She was approved on the appellate court with a nonpartisan committee. You have nonpartisan Democrats and lawyers, Democrats and Republican lawyers who are supporting her. And the fact that packing the court is a question surrounding her candidacy for the Supreme Court is ridiculous. I'm glad that Joe Biden finally came close to saying, yes, he is considering packing the court, because many Americans are against that. And many Americans want to know that. The fact that the Congress has to do what they are paid to do. Look, this is their job. When there is a vacancy, it is their job to fill it. Joe Biden said that himself in 1994 when he was chair of the Judiciary Committee. Now that we are actually acting on it and filling that court, and you will have conservative judges, Democrats don't like what they see. So once again, they want to go around the law. They want to make legal concessions. And now they're saying we're going to create more positions to get what we want. Many Americans don't like this. And I'm glad that Joe Biden came very close to admitting that he is considering it. When he says, I'm going to watch how these hearings proceed, that is telling American people, if he is elected, he is going to go around the Constitution and he is going to pack the court, which is something Americans do not want to see.
Where was the Constitution for Merrick Garland? Where was the Constitution when Barack Obama had way more time than this president to nominate a Supreme Court justice and carry out his duty to our country? Where was the Constitution then?
Well, you need to ask all of the congressional members, because according to the along with the rules, we went
talk about a contentious town hall with the president last night. We have a little bit of a contentious discussion this morning, but always good. It'll wake a lot of our viewers up. Jacquie, Dallas, thank you so very much for joining us, and we always appreciate your comments.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, y'all.